What is happening, my awesome people? It's DV, and we're back in Pet Simulator 99, and I'm actually saying it correctly now. I no longer... Dude, Hubert! How did Hubert get up there? Bro, it's creeping me out. Look at him. He's chilling up there. Anyway, sorry. I kind of got distracted by that. I was trying to do my intro. Whoa! Now my nightmare cat's doing it. That's so creepy. But yeah, I'm no longer calling this game Pet Sim X. So finally, we're saying it right. But today we're going to be going through some tips from my friends who are also content creators and make videos on Pet Sim 99. So I can share their wisdom with you and steal it, and we can become more powerful than them. Nah, they don't see it that way, but little do they know. They just made us stronger. And today we're going to make you stronger by sharing their tips. Now we're all on the same team, dude, except inside the our clan wars, man. I've got 3 hatched so far. We got 56 hatched overall as a clan. I think we're still like top 25 or so. We're doing okay. Yeah, we're top 20 right now. So today we're gonna go and share them. And before I jump into this, if you like Pet Sim 99 on the channel, please let me know by hitting that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. But let's go ahead and start with some of these tips, and we're gonna start with NightFox. NightFox is a sweat in this game. If there's any way to be a sweat in this game, NightFox is that. And he likes to collect everything in this game. Oh, there's a new Titanic. Let me have that. Yeah, he's that guy, dude. He's that guy. So here's what NightFox says. So he says, grind with friends, have one account, put down magnet flags in the area you are in together, and then you can both hatch pets and grind coins at the same time without losing money. Now, this is a tactic that we've been using for the clan battle, and indeed it does work. So I'm going to show you how this works right now. But instead of a magnet flag, I'm just going to show you a fortune flag because I'm working on a special thing for you all, and I already got this macroed. So let me grab my alt. All right, so my alt is in. You're going to see it's going to spawn a flag automatically for us. There it goes. So it's automatically spawning that flag. Now, if this were a magnet flag, what you could do is you could have auto farm. Now, this is kind of pay to win. It only works. So you mentioned, you can be in this and hatch pets and grind coins at the same time. This assumes you have the auto farm game pass. So once you have the auto farm game pass, you don't have to be in there anymore, especially if it has magnet. I don't have magnet enabled on this one right now, but say I did, okay? Say this was the one with magnet. I'm just gonna go and plant this down. Boom. So if this were magnet and I set auto farm, I could literally go to spawn while they're grinding. I'll never run out of coins. I can hatch all night this way and never run out. So that is a great way to do it, but you do need to have someone macroing at the place with the magnets. My macro that I have configured right now only does fortune, but it would be really simple for me to enable, magnet or something else. How you do the macro, if you're curious, I'm just going to show you real quick as well as part of this video. I'll just show you. So you need a tool like pullover macro creator. So I think it's just like macrocreator.com, or just type in inside Google pullover macro. You can also use Tiny Task, although there's a lot of Tiny Tasks out there that have viruses in them. So you got to be really careful where you download that. It's not so much that Tiny Task has a virus. It's the site that you get it from that is adding viruses. It's kind of weird. But there's a lot of untrustworthy sites out there that install Trojans and all that. So you got to be careful with that, especially like adware. But I use Tiny Tasks. I got a clean version of that. And what you could do, let me just show you how it works. All right, so you can see I've got this little app called Tiny Task. Like I said, I'm not going to link Tiny Task for you. You're going to have to kind of find a clean one. There's some tutorials out there that show you how to use Tiny Task. Most of them are clean. Sometimes there's false positives because of the fact that it can record or keylog. When I'm recording, it's obviously recording my mouse movement as well as the keystrokes I do. It's going to be recording my keys to be able to replicate that. So that's considered a virus in some ways. They don't want you to have something that records keys. So it just says it's a virus because of the fact that it can record those. Granted, it only records when you hit record, so it doesn't know the difference though. So what we're going to do is I'm going to record my actions here. We're going to hit F8 to start recording. We're going to click on pets. We're going to go click on items, type in magnet. First, you can do a copy paste if you want to do that instead. Click on magnet flag. There's already a flag here, so we're going to click OK. We're going to close that, and then we're going to hit F8 to stop the recording. Now what we want to do is make sure continuous playback is enabled, and you see it's going to go automatically do this entire process over and over and over. Now, the reason why you want to make sure you have a flag when you do this recording is it's going to possibly error. And if you don't click that OK, it's going to break your entire macro. So the nice thing is if there is no flag there, it's just going to, you're doing an extra click for nothing. There's nothing going to be there. So you're just going to click on the flag. It's going to place the flag and you just close the window and you're good. So that's pretty much all there is to it. You can do, run this continuously on an alt, and that's how you're going to farm. Super, super helpful, right? All right. So that is the tip. Thank you, NightFox, for the tip. Definitely check out NightFox's channel if you do not already subscribe to him. He's an awesome pet sim YouTuber. The next tip comes from Numerous, specifically on trading. Numerous says, buy current market price and hold until there's a good bit of profit or inflation. But what he's really talking about are things like, say, pets, or, you know, maybe even enchants. So if you're buying like a chest mimic, then buy only at market price and then hold it. And this is really, really great sound advice. Like this right now, the market price is 10,900,000. So let's see if we can find one at that price. And this one is clearly above market price. So this is something he wouldn't buy, or he wouldn't recommend buying. Let's say you have it. Say you already bought one for that price. Then what he's saying is just to hold it until the market price goes up. So I've got 8 of these. I'm definitely holding for these to go up to 20 million. You know, that's 160 million once it goes up. Like this is a limited. Now, a tip I'm going to piggyback off of him is making sure you're buying stuff that is limited and always going to go up in price, which are going to be things that, you know, like eggs, for example. So all these eggs over here, even these presents right here are going to continue to go up in price. Every single time someone opens it, there's one less available, right? So over time, less and less are in circulation. Therefore, it's rarer and more likely that you're going to be able to get a lot more for it because there's less of them. Same with all these, like same with the older eggs here. So if they're no longer in circulation, you can't buy them anymore. They're going to just continue to go up in price. So that's the kind of stuff that you want to hold and wait for value to go up. Numerous also says here that for endgame, I used to buy Titanics with bulk tons of huges and rinse and repeat, but I'm not sure if that's possible anymore. And that's absolutely true. That's how I got 2 of mine, is I just kept bulk selling or trading my huges. I didn't really trade huges for Titanic per se. Like I didn't really do that. I just sold my huges for gems and then I bought right away. So once I could afford it, I just paid with gems. I also asked LC for a tip. It's kind of related, in my opinion, to Numerous's tip. So just clearly showing you how important this tip is. LC says, don't overpay for items. It's causing inflation. So what's happening is if I were to go and overpay for, say, these, if you look at the breakdown, it's 304,000 each. So the total for 5 of these should be 1,520,000. If I were to buy these, it would increase the value of them and it would create inflation as a result of that. So it kind of messes the economy up when you're overpaying stuff. So see, this one's 35 million listed, but at the bottom it says RAP is 31 million. So this one over here, 20 million, its RAP is 15 mil. So yeah, you kind of have to listen to that feedback. That's very important feedback. I agree 100% with that, especially when you're buying and selling. I mean, there are times where you kind of have no choice, especially if you need it for, you know, something you're working on or you're grinding. And it's, you know, some things are okay to overpay on. So for example, if you really need keys or potions or enchants, sometimes it's okay if you've been spending a lot of time and they're just too hard to find, then that might be a result that you need to actually spend a little bit more and the value does need to go up fairly. So next tip here is from a longtime friend of mine, Mayresh Art, and he said for grinding, books only stack up to 3 to 4 times. After that, it will still stack, but it'll only be between 1 to 20% effective or something. All right, so we're going to come over here and we're going to equip our broomstick corgi just because it's a lower stat pet, plus the stats are already clear, so we don't have any bonuses from like being rainbow or anything beyond what the stats already calculated. So this is the raw calculation on this. We do have some other perks here, so we got damage boost and all that. So these are going to affect things a little bit on stats, so don't take this like for an exact scientific measurement. Let me show you what these strong books do. So we got strong pets 3. So without this, you're going to be doing 2.32 trillion or 2.31 trillion. So you can see it's 2.31 trillion here that is ticking up. If I were to add a strong pets enchant, just one of these, we're going to jump only 8.6%, which is 2.5, right? Actually, it's at 8.2%. So only about 8% benefit adding one of these. This is where things get kind of drastically different. So we were to add another one of these. So let's add 2 of these. It's going to stack, but it's doing 2.67 trillion, which is only a 6.8% bonus. So it went from 8.2% to 6.8%. And our third one's only going to be like a little less than 5% bonus. So let's go here. Third one. So it's only doing 2.79 trillion now, which is only 0.1 increase, and it's only like 3%, 3.5% damage. So it does keep stacking, but you can see it's getting watered down. So I won't go through all of these tests. I already have the data. So I'm just going to kind of rehash this. The first book is only doing 8% bonus. Second book, almost 7% bonus. Next book is basically 4.5% bonus. A fourth one is going to be 3.5%. This one's going to be basically almost 3%. It's like 2.7. This one's like 2.3. This one's by like 1.6% bonus. And this one right here is 1.29%. So it does keep stacking, as Mayrush said, but it just gets watered down. So to a point where it's not very useful. Like if you're only giving me 1% more damage, so doing 2 of these, we're getting about 15%. If we add another one, we're only doing 19%. And then add another one, we're doing like 22%. So it's not a huge jump. If you can see, like we're wasting slots here. So now we don't have the stats. It's a little harder to measure stuff on like diamonds because it's so RNG based. I will do a test on that pretty soon so we can see the breakdown. But that's going to have to be a separate video. I'll be doing that pretty soon. Don't worry. I'll do benchmarks across all these. And I'll probably do it on the best enchant though, because I don't really want to use like the older enchants. Obviously, it's like instead of 40%, it's 105%. So it should be doing significantly more damage. It's funny though. You think it would be like 105%, but it's calculated way before all these other bonuses. You're not going to get 105% on your boosted damage. Going to be calculated differently. So I don't know exact placement of that math where that 105% is stacked. If it's like before these or where in between these it gets calculated, but just keep that in mind. It's not as simple as just taking 105% on what you're dealing right now. And finally, I asked Gravy for some tips, and his tips were pretty logical. I mean, they were pretty sound. I got to say, like, Gravy came up with, you know, probably the most useful information out of all. And basically, he says, if you have rich friends, just hack them and send yourself pets, which I'll probably do pretty soon. You know, we might have to do that. What do you think? Should we do that? How many of you saw my Gravy video where I actually did take over his account? Let me know in the comments below if you saw that video. It was really fun. I took over his account in Bed Wars and in Islands. Maybe we need to send ourselves a huge. Maybe he's giving me a tip here. Maybe we got to do that. And the other tip he gave is steal your mom's credit card and buy eggs, then sell them for gems. I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Those eggs go for quite a bit. That's a really good way to, you know, make a lot of gems. So again, thanks to NightFox, Numerous, LCLC, Gravy, and Mayrush for taking some time out to give some tips. That was a lot of fun. If you have your own tips, please do share them in the comments below. I will read them all. Definitely looking for maybe I'll learn something from y'all. Maybe there's something that I didn't know. Most of the stuff in this game I'm pretty solid on, but you never know. Sometimes you feel like you know everything in the game, and then someone drops the hammer on you and says, "Did you know you could do this, DV?" And then I'm like, oh, I didn't know that, man. So yeah, send it to me. Make sure you include your username. If you give me a tip that I didn't know, maybe I'll send you something inside a mailbox, you know? Anyway, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like to. Only if you'd like to. Only if you like my videos. Till next time, happy grinding. Peace.